The same thing happens every 4 years, doesn't it? We get an election, a general election, where they falsely lead us into the belief that we have a choice of only two political parties, Labour or Conservative. We've reached a point in our time where we are no longer satisfied with that apparent choice of only two parties. If you agree with that, subscribe to the channel, because there's a growing number of people that feel the same way. I can assure you of that. Whether it be Reform, whether it be the Heritage Party or anything else, you know, there's lots of others vying for that position. Me, overall, I believe that the solution to all of our problems lies very much deeper than that. The rot goes back a few hundred years. But it always entertains me, you know, what happens every 4 years. Now, I named the video Rishis RAW Deal, because that is exactly what it is. Look at this, Rishis RAW Deal. You get this shit through the post every time. You can see the graphic there. You should be grateful. Pay £10 more tax and get £2 off. The Tories, this is it, by the way, just for the sake of clarity. The Tories crashed the economy and working people are still paying the price. Families will be £1,200 worse off. Is that a year, I take it? Households are facing the highest taxes on record. After 14 years of the Tories, families will be £1,200 worse off. And in small print down here, David Evans on behalf of the Labour Party. Well, isn't that wonderful? Look, Rishi's RAW Deal looks like Arthur Daly, doesn't it? You just need to put a hat on him, and maybe that will be the point of the whole thing. Now, we get this shit every year. Now, crashing the economy and higher taxes, that sounds like a certain other party at the end of the sometime around 2009, 2010, doesn't it? So, in short, they're all guilty of this in different ways. They've made a complete and utter balls up of it. Now, yes, granted, the difference now, we've had a recession. Some argue that we're still in it. We've got the cost of living crisis. People have had their hands in the till, and it is far, far worse than it ever has been. But we could have 10 years of Labour, and we would be having this conversation again when I'm 56. Now, we can avoid that by making a simple choice. Choose something else. Get out there and vote, even if it's do not consent. And the other thing I got was this. You can see again, Keir of Starmer on the back there. He's, trying to do everybody. Now, what it is this lady here, Polly Billington. She's apparently going to be the Labour candidate for East Thanet. Now, you can tell the boundaries have been remarked, because it used to be South Thanet and North Thanet. Now they've been changed around. You can see all the usual bullshit in there about people saying how wonderful they are and everything else, most of which are probably Labour activists. In fact, I recognise a couple of these faces from my local travels. Now, who is Polly Billington, I wonder? So let's have a quick look, shall we? Nothing is ever as it seems. And what do we find? A very quick search on Google, we get this. Polly Billington, born 1967, former BBC journalist. See, former BBC journalist who worked on the Today programme before becoming a special advisor to Ed Miliband. And we know what happened there. She was the media director for his successful bid in the 2010 leadership election. Billington is the Labour Party's candidate for East Thanet, and previously was the candidate for Thurrock. So this is another example of a politician or a party that aren't so much concerned with the needs or knowledge of a local area, but getting their people in. You know, does she live anywhere near here? I mean, you look, Billington went to Ursuline High School in Wimbledon and Sussex University before taking a postgrad diploma in broadcast journalism. This, to me, is not a locally educated or locally versed individual who would have our best interests at heart in this area. So I wouldn't vote for her, not the fact that she's Labour. this is the whole problem with the whole setup. You know, they parachute people in for seats, try and sweet talkers, and they have no idea what goes on in the areas they're trying to get a seat in. It really is disgraceful. It needs to stop. And the only way it will stop is, of course, if we get out and do the right thing on the day that matters. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you want to see another one of my videos on this where I'm having a rant, click on that one there. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Toodaloo.